ready to try some delicious meals on a beautiful healing property. Hi, it's Angela. I like to introduce you the best local food and keep you healthy. Today we're at the Crieff Retreat Center. Are you ready to follow me? Let's go. Oh, hi, Christine. How are you today?
I'm fabulous.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Thank you for being our guest.
I'm quite delighted to join you.
Could you tell me the story of this place?
Yes, this is a retreat center,
Yes.
and so we offer opportunities for rest and for renewal.
Yes.
It's a historic farm, so we have 250 acres
Nice.
of historic farmland, and we have about 15 different buildings. So people come by themselves, they come on a personal retreat, but we also have groups that come of up to 100 people at a time.
Wow.
Yeah, and they come, sometimes they come for learning, sometimes they come just simply to rest and to be at peace. There are lots of different reasons that people come. We have extensive hiking trails, so they spend lots of time outside. And also, you know, we're in our dining room. Food is important. That's at the center of what we do.
Yes.
And so we feed people with beautiful food.
Wow, I can smell it.
Yeah.
So what brought you to here then?
Well, I have a real passion for people, but also for the practice of rest. You know, we live in a busy world, and I'm a busy person, but I know that when we do too much, when we work too hard, it makes us too tired. And burnout, I think, post-COVID is a continuing concern. And so I'm really passionate about helping people to learn how to rest well.
Wow.
So we serve healthcare workers, for instance. We've had them in recently, or community leaders, people who lead not-for-profit groups, and then just anybody who is looking for an opportunity to really take a deep breath, spend some time in nature, and I love to help people do that. I really do.
I can see the passion from your eyes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what makes this place unique?
It is very unique, in part because we have so much land. It's such a large place. And within that, there's a farm. We are a working farm. So we have 50 acres of hay, but we also have sheep and chickens and quail, and we have honeybees as well. And so we produce food here. People can get up close and they can see that. We host on-farm dinners where people can learn. So they could go out to the beehives and learn from a beekeeper, or they can go and have a chicken selfie and go and learn about the chickens. So it's unique in that people can spend time really immersed in nature in a whole lot of different ways. We also have a really wonderful history here. Some of these buildings were built in the late 1800s from local field stone, and so there are historic places for people to come and stay and feast and enjoy and rest and nap and do all kinds of things that we don't usually have time for.
Oh, yeah, sounds very healing to me.
It is a healing place.
Yeah.
And that's what we hear from our guests. They tell us that they were so glad they had an opportunity finally to be quiet or to sit long enough to watch the sunset. You know, we have rocking chairs and big porches.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm indulged. I want to stay here.
Yeah. You're always welcome.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you like to say to your future customers? Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Welcome. Welcome is really important. Everybody is welcome here. And to come and be nourished, to find an opportunity to slow down and to really taste your food, to really notice your surroundings, to see how beautiful the world is, and to come and take a deep breath. Because when we take those opportunities to do that, it makes us a better person. We're kinder, we're more compassionate. And I know that when guests come, they can soak all of that in, and then they go out. They're a better mom, they're a better colleague, they're a better community leader. And that's how I really believe we're changing the world, because when people come and they catch their breath and they feel nourished, they feel whole and good, they go out and our world is better. And I think it makes a huge difference in people's lives to come. So I want people to come and enjoy.
Yeah, you are making a difference. This place is making a difference.
I believe it is.
Yes.
Now you can see some of the grapes have charred on top. A little bit of the juice has stained the meat. I really like how it's the sugars in the grapes also caramelize a little bit.
Hi, Matthew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, thank you for being our guest.
Thank you.
How do you enjoy working here?
I love it here. I've been cooking professionally for a little over 30 years now, and this has provided me an opportunity to focus and sort of bring all of my experience and limited talents together, and it's really I'm drawing from a lot of experience and really getting to express it here.
Okay, so what's the uniqueness here?
Oh, there's a number of things. First and foremost is the opportunity to feed our guests and care for our guests in other ways, but my job is feeding. Often in an extended time, so we often have guests here for 2-3 night retreats. Occasionally they come in groups or large and small, and occasionally on their own as well. So we have the opportunity to nourish people in a variety of different ways, alone and communally.
Oh, okay. So where did you get your ingredients? It smells so fresh.
Well, we're very fortunate that we have a number of gardens on the property. There's the chef gardens right out the back door of the kitchen that I was able to get a lot of the product I'm using this morning. We raise chickens and quail on the property, as well as sheep. So we have a lot that we can provide our guests that we grow ourselves here at the retreat on our farm. And we also have lots of great, very, very local vendors. So today I'm using chicken now. We have predominantly right now we have laying hens. So when their egg production days have come to an end, we do take them to an abattoir and have them processed. They are not ideal for, say, the application we're going to do today, roasting and serving. They're a little more mature. They're a little tougher, but they do have a lot of flavor. So those birds will be taken and used in braises and stocks. We're getting into the production of meat birds as well. So we are using local chicken, again, not chicken from our farm. We'll be roasting that with some wild grapes that we picked this morning from the property. So not only do we use product that we farm, we also use a lot of product that we forage as well.
Okay. So what are you making for us today?
So I'll start with the chicken.
Yeah.
People find roasting a whole chicken a little bit intimidating. It's actually very, very simple. What I'm going to do is spatch cook this, which means I'm just going to remove the tips of the wings. And what we're going to do is just cut out the backbone and the spine. So you're actually not cutting through bone. There is one joint there that you'll have to separate with the thigh, and then up right through the very, very tiny rib bones that are quite easy to go through with scissors, and then again, just along the other side. Now, this way, it makes things a little bit more uniform when we're cooking. It also allows a lot of skin contact on the pan. So we just take it, push down a little bit, kind of break that keel bone. So you see it flattens it out a little bit. Again, makes it a little more consistent for cooking. It also speeds the process along because you're not trying to cook a whole bird that's goes at that without any direct contact with the pan. We'll season the chicken liberally with kosher salt and pepper. Oftentimes people, when they're cooking, they're afraid to really season the chicken like this, but it's really the only opportunity that you're going to get flavor into the bird. Now again, these are some wild grapes that grow on the property.
Wow. I've never seen this like before.
Yeah, they're native.
Wow.
They're native to North America and to the area. They're quite tart, and the pits are quite large compared to the flesh. So, and I'm also going to add a couple of hot peppers that we harvested. Now, what this will do is you can see that all the juice is already starting to be released by the grapes. And we'll lay the chicken skin side down. And again, because we've spatched it, make sure that the skin has lots of surface contact on the pan and allow it to start crisping. So I'm going to want to allow that to brown on the stove top 5 to 7 minutes, and then I'll put it into the oven. We were able to harvest some Swiss chard from the garden just about 2 hours ago. It's a little unusual to be getting so many things from the garden this late in October, but again, that's one of the great benefits to working here as well, is that you know, some people it's a challenge, you know, having to utilize what is available that day. But from a chef's perspective, it actually alleviates a lot of pressure as well, because I'm letting the grounds do half the work, and I don't have to do all the planning.
Okay.
So for the Swiss chard, I've taken out the stems. I'll cook a little bit longer than the rest, slice thin, and then we'll saute these and then add the rest of the leaves at the very end.
So do you usually put the grapes in the recipe?
Again, it's whatever
It's available?
is available at the time. Right now, I'm going to add some pickled ramps, or wild leeks as they're called. Ramps grow in the spring all around the property, so we harvested a great deal of them, pureed the tops, which are vibrant green, and then we pickled the bulbs. So there's also a great opportunity to cook food in a life cycle here, and then taking things for, you know, we picked these 5 months ago and pickled them and stored them. So we're able to bring that again, and kind of a nod to how we used to have to preserve and retain things. So now chicken's reheated. A little bit of olive oil, the pickled ramps, and then the Swiss chard. So what I'm going to do now is rough cut the leaves. I'll just use a splash of water to help wilt it a little bit.
It's a beautiful combination.
Yeah, the
color.
chard is quite earthy,
Yeah, it's very earthy.
and and again the pickled ramps. I love the acidity that it adds to it, and you get a real texture contrast as well with the stems and the leaves. So I've got, now I've made a vinaigrette out of, we pressed some of the wild grape juice and made a vinaigrette out of it. I'm gonna add a little bit of that to the chard. Like a warm salad. Now to finish the salad, I was going to add a couple of poached eggs on top. That's fun in a way because then the dish really changes as people dive into it, because you'll break the egg yolk, that'll add into, you know, mixing with the vegetables, mixing with the sauce, give it a little bit of a richness. So I've always enjoyed, and we also, because we do produce eggs on the property as well, we do have a lot of eggs featured in the food here. We've got some great radishes we got from the garden. We've got French breakfast radish, some Easter egg radish, and a watermelon radish that'll help garnish everything. Now, this is where we get to have a bit of fun.
Okay.
With the plating. So I'm going to put a few of the peppers down. They're not particularly spicy, but if people are concerned about it, they can just omit not to have them or opt not to have them.
You are doing art.
Well, this is, you know, again, one of the advantages to plating family style is that you can play around a little bit. Now we've got a mandolin here that we can shave some of the radishes on. We got some flowering dill here. Some chives again. It's amazing that this time of year I can still able to go out and pick chives in the morning. A little bit of baby arugula. And a little bit of flat leaf parsley as well. Now we've got, this is some of the wild grape vinaigrette that I added to the char earlier. Some jus for the chicken.
Shiny.
Pretty humble ingredients,
Yeah, but you make it like the color looks
Yeah.
just
but go. Now,
integrate so much, so beautifully.
so now
Yeah.
I'll get you to help me out.
Sure.
So we can, now we've got all the flowers that we can use. So pick something and express yourself.
Oh, okay. Okay, I feel I'm painting now.
Yeah. Again, we take I think, you know, often like to say we take the food seriously. We don't take ourselves too seriously. You know, we do want people to come here and feel at ease and comfort. Now we do have an apiary here, so we do have our own bees. So
Is it honey?
this is honey from our bees.
Oh,
And I'll finish the bit of the chicken with that as well.
such beautiful. I think it's going to impress anyone.
And there we are.
Yeah, this is beautiful, isn't it?
It is. It's very
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't wait to dig in.
Me too. Me too.
Let's try it.
Well, these are beautifully poached eggs. All these, and it's pretty too.
The potato is so crispy, and inside is tender.
It is delicious.
It's very flavorful, the vegetable, earthy. Yeah.
There's lots of herbs in here,
Yeah.
and I do love the flowers.
The whole plate makes us the appetite just sparkling, you know, open up your appetite.
I really love beautiful food. Food
See,
that, that's
The
perfectly
eggs so
poached.
beautiful. The inside is so tender.
Oh, that's
right?
perfect. Yeah, I love food that looks beautiful. That we often serve groups, and so it's a large buffet, and it really, we can make it look so beautiful with all the herbs and flowers and things. Yeah, and I think it tastes better when it looks good.
I'm speechless. I feel the chicken is very juicy.
It's very bright and really fresh, which I love.
It's well done. I think it's very tender, it's juicy, and it's flavorful. It just makes you feel, I'm in heaven.
It's nourishing, I think. Yeah, it is, because there's lots of vegetables, there's lots of fresh green vegetables, but there's good protein in there too.
Yeah, I think the combination is very good. The protein, the vegetable, and the egg, and the potato. I think it's very good portion size. It's good combination.
Yeah.
And the presentation is just perfect. I feel right now I'm in the garden, It's not not in the dining room, I'm in the garden outside. Enjoying the sunshine with the flowers blooming.
Yeah, and that's exactly. There's so much of this comes from the garden that we pick every day. Yeah.
Yeah, this is so. I think it's just Mother Nature's gift.
Yes.
Right? We should be grateful for what we have.
Well, and I think there's so much attention right now to eating local.
Yes.
Eating fresh, and it is such a gift that we have all of these acres, and we have so much that we can. It's quick. The chef can go out to the garden any minute of the day and pick fresh herbs. They don't have to be put on a truck and then sit in a fridge, and it can be so
hours.
fresh.
Yeah. You don't know those things from supermarket. You don't know how long it traveled.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So you don't know how fresh it is. You have no choice. You just have to buy it from them. But here you have everything on the ground.
Yeah, and I think it makes the food taste better. It makes the food more nutritious when it's that fresh. I think the chef enjoys getting to play with his food.
Yeah, I see that. It's just like a piece of art.
Well, I joke with the staff all the time that I believe in the power of cake. And it's not just about cake. I believe in the power of food. Food, we get to sit and enjoy time together when we sit down to eat together. It links us to the earth when we notice that what we have was just grown right here. I really love the way we are able to feast at the table together. It's a really important thing here in the dining room that we gather at the table for that kind of experience together. I think it's really nourishing.
Yeah, it's a great way to socialize.
Yeah, I think there's something really lovely that happens when we break bread together, when we share a meal together. And I didn't even notice that until now, but this is a gluten-free meal, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it is.
And so many of our meals actually are that we adapt to vegetarians, vegans, people who are gluten-free or lactose-free, and I think that's really important that people can eat together. That it's not just a microwaved plate of something. If you have a dietary restriction, I really love the buffet. Means it's possible for everybody to feast together.
Yeah.
I like that. I think that's part of the welcome.
Yeah. It feels like you are at home. You are just togetherness, right? It's kind of a community, homey. Yeah. So and it's healing as well, right?
It is. It is.
Really, I'm so grateful to be here. So grateful you are being our guest. Cheers. Life tastes good. Thank you for being us today. I'll see you next time. Bye.